Hello, and welcome to my dissertation presentation. My name is Amber Jones, and I am a doctoral candidate at Baylor University, enrolled in their Learning and Organizational Change program. I am also the CEO and founder of Queens Empowerment Academy, a girls' empowerment organization located in southern New Jersey. Today, I am excited to share my study with you. Thank you in advance for taking the time to listen. Let's get started. The title of my study is It Takes a Village, a qualitative case study exploring parents' perspectives on Black girls' social emotional development within Queens Empowerment Academy. Next, I will provide an overview for today's presentation. To provide an overview of today's presentation, I will begin with the problem statement and literature review that established the foundation for this study. Next, I will discuss the purpose statement, research question, and theoretical framework that guided the research. I will then describe the methodology, present the findings, discuss the integration of findings in literature, as well as the implications and recommendations. Next, I will review the study's limitations and conclude with the distribution plan. The problem addressed in this study is that Black girls often navigate racialized and gendered school environments that may negatively impact their social emotional development. Research has documented that Black girls experience challenges such as identification bias, microaggressions, and disproportionate disciplinary practices, which may contribute to emotional distress and reduce feelings of belonging. In response to these inequities, culturally affirming and gender specific programs have been developed to provide Black girls with supportive spaces that promote social emotional growth, empowerment, and positive identity development. While existing research highlights the value of these programs, the presence of a program alone does not necessarily ensure that participants receive the intended benefits. Research suggests that implementation fidelity, or the extent to which a program is delivered as intended, may influence participant experiences and outcomes. To establish the foundation for this study, the literature review was organized into 6 major sections. First, I reviewed scholarship on Black girls' racialized and gendered school experiences to illustrate the inequitable treatment many Black girls encounter in schools, including adultification bias, hypersexualization, and microaggressions. This section established a foundation for understanding the challenges Black girls often navigate within educational settings. Second, I explored literature on exclusionary discipline practices, including zero tolerance policies, dress code policies, and school resource officers, to demonstrate how school policies and practices can disproportionately impact Black girls. Third, I review scholarship on Black girls' social emotional needs to highlight how harmful school experiences may contribute to psychological harm, emotional distress, and challenges related to belonging and identity development. Fourth, I explored parental involvement in Black girls' educational experiences, including gender racial socialization and parent school engagement, because parents often play a critical role in supporting Black girls as they navigate school environments. Fifth, I review literature on Black girl centered spaces, including Home Place, Black Girl Joy, Other Mothering, and Black Girl programs to explore how culturally affirming environments can support Black girls' development and well being. Finally, I explored literature related to quality program implementation and implementation fidelity to highlight the importance of not only providing supportive programs, but also ensuring that those programs are implemented as intended. Collectively, these bodies of literature establish the need for culturally affirming and gender specific programs while highlighting the importance of understanding how such programs are implemented. The purpose of this qualitative, holistic, single case study was to explore parents' perceptions of how implementation fidelity, including adherence, quality of delivery, participant responsiveness, and program differentiation, shapes the social emotional development of Black girls participating in Queen's Empowerment Academy. The research question guiding this study was: what are parents' perceptions of how implementation fidelity supports the social emotional development of Black girls in Queen's Empowerment Academy? This study was guided by Carroll and colleagues' Implementation Fidelity Conceptual Framework. The conceptual framework was developed to examine the extent to which programs are implemented as intended and recognizes that implementation quality may influence participant outcomes. Although the conceptual framework includes multiple implementation elements and moderators, Carroll and colleagues note that researchers may focus on the elements most relevant to their study. Therefore, this study focused on 4 implementation fidelity elements, including adherence, quality of delivery, participant responsiveness, and program differentiation. Adherence refers to the extent to which a program is delivered as intended, including its content, coverage, frequency, and duration. Quality of delivery focuses on how well facilitators implement the program and interact with participants. Participant responsiveness refers to participants' engagement and receptiveness to the program. And finally, program differentiation examines the characteristics that distinguish a program from other programs or experiences. Overall, the implementation fidelity conceptual framework provided the lens through which I explored parents' perceptions of Queen's Empowerment Academy and helped guide the study's design, data collection, and interpretation of findings. This study employed a qualitative research design using a holistic single case study approach. The case for this study was Queen's Empowerment Academy, a culturally affirming and gender specific program designed to support Black girls' social emotional development. Participants included 4 parents of Black girls enrolled in Queen's Empowerment Academy. Data were collected through semi structured interviews, a focus group, and a follow up questionnaire. Using multiple data sources allowed me to gain a deeper understanding of parents' perceptions. Collectively, these choices aligned with the study's purpose of exploring parents' perceptions of implementation fidelity within Queen's Empowerment Academy. Analysis of the interview, focus group, and questionnaire data resulted in 4 themes that aligned with the 4 elements of implementation fidelity framework. The first theme, consistent implementation of core program structures, aligned with adherence. Parents described the program's reoccurring annual events and recital of affirmations as consistent structures. The second theme, supportive relational facilitator engagement, aligned with quality of delivery. Parents describe facilitators as being invested in their daughter's growth and overall well being. The third theme, observable social emotional growth, aligned with participant responsiveness. Parents described increased confidence, communication, and leadership within their daughters. Finally, the theme intentionally designed program experiences aligned with program differentiation. Parents highlighted that the program's focus on Black girls, sisterhood, and empowerment were distinctive from any other experiences or programs their daughters were in. Overall, the findings converge with existing literature related to Black girl centered spaces, relational support, social emotional development, and implementation fidelity. The findings reinforced research suggesting that culturally affirming environments foster belonging, affirmation, and engagement for Black girls. They also align with literature emphasizing the importance of supportive adult relationships and social emotional growth. Finally, the findings supported implementation fidelity literature by highlighting the importance of consistent, intentional, and culturally affirming program delivery. The findings generated implications and recommendations for parents and guardians of Black girls. The findings reinforced the importance of culturally affirming spaces in supporting Black girls' social emotional development. Second, parents emerged as important partners in supporting Black girls' growth and well being. Finally, the findings suggest that Black girls may benefit from supports that extend beyond traditional school settings. Therefore, the recommendations are parents should consider enrolling their daughters in Black centered programs, remain actively engaged in their social emotional development, and advocate for culturally responsive supports within schools and communities. The findings suggest that intentional program design supports Black girls' social emotional development. Therefore, program directors should design programming that intentionally centers Black girls' identities, experiences, and developmental needs. Second, parents consistently describe supportive and relational facilitators as key components of the program experience. As a result, program directors should prioritize facilitator training that emphasizes culturally responsive engagement and relationship building. Finally, parents describe the value of predictable program structures and ongoing engagement, indicating that maintaining consistent programming and strong family partnerships may support sustained participation and growth. The findings also generated implications and recommendations for Black girl program facilitators. Parents consistently emphasized the importance of relational engagement, describing supportive facilitator relationships as central to their daughter's emotional safety and overall program experience. The findings also suggest that facilitators play a critical role in shaping girls' confidence, sense of belonging, and engagement within the program. Therefore, facilitators should prioritize relationship building practices, implement culturally affirming approaches that celebrate Black girls' identities, and collaborate regularly with parents and guardians to support girls' development. This study included two primary limitations. First, the findings reflected parents' perspectives rather than Black girls' firsthand experiences. As a result, parents may not have been aware of all thoughts, emotions, and experiences occurring within the program. Second, the findings were specific to Black girls participating in Queen's Empowerment Academy and may not reflect the experiences of girls in other program settings or populations. To ensure the findings reach key decision makers, I have developed a distribution plan for three audiences. For parents and guardians, findings will be shared through community town hall meetings and a user friendly report. For program directors and administrators, findings will be disseminated through the We Got You Queen Summit, a professional learning and networking event designed to bring together youth program leaders, educators, and mentors who serve Black girls, along with an executive summary and program design checklist. For Black girl program facilitators, findings will be shared through professional development workshops and facilitator training sessions. The overall goal is to translate the findings into practical strategies that strengthen Black girl centered programs. I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to my dissertation chair, Dr. Kelly M. Dixon, and my committee members, Dr. Scott and Dr. Sengares, for their guidance, support, and feedback throughout this doctoral journey. I would also like to thank the parents who participated in this study and shared their experiences and perspectives. Thank you for your time and attention. This concludes my presentation.